Hey, okay. And no one is watching currently. Cool. Let's see if I can pick up mic a little bit better. We'll see if people complain later. So this evening, I know I usually do Gundam kits. This is going to be a little bit different and very reflective to the overhead lighting. But tonight is an ATST kit. Um, we will be it is a 1/148th scale kit, um, and we'll see what uh, goodies Bandai has included for details as we build. I don't think that this one will take too terribly long. This seems like a smaller box than I'm used to. This will probably be along the lines of a high grade build, a little bit closer to an hour, 45 minutes ish. I don't know. We'll see. But I will be completing this one other than painting because I don't quite feel like painting today. And that can take a lot of time. All right. So let's go ahead and start. And of course, I always start by taking my runners out of the box and separating them. Okay, there we go. That gives me easier access to chat should any of you decide that you want to say anything to me. So with our first set of runners, I see leg pieces, maybe a foot. We'll find out. I definitely see blaster bolts, and see if I can get that close enough for you to see him. I have a little cutout of Chewie. That will be fun. I'll need to paint him later. But looks like a cutout for um, the feet, if I had to guess. Set that there. I see more feet in this one. And I definitely see that the very iconic face of the walker. And that is this right here, where the cockpit and crew will sit. This looks like it's identical to the first runner that was opened. Oh, hey, I missed a set of decals. And it looks like I have some Imperial insignia. That's why I don't use overhead lights. There we go. So some Imperial insignia here that are also inverted here, or white coloring here, and something that looks like blaster damage, if I had to guess. We will set that over there. Of course, this one's going to be a little bit difficult to open. That's why we have a hobby knife. Actually, not really. Hobby knife is for other things like cutting little bits of the remainders of the gates as we build to give cleaner lines. And hey, Sean, I don't know how long you've been here, but welcome. I think you are probably the first one to show up. Oh, there's 3 of us. Neat. And then I have another set of stickers here. I can't imagine why I have duplicates, but I might have duplicates. And then the final piece of the puzzle, the thing that will help me assemble stuff, our ever important instruction book, which has a very, very beautifully rendered version of the ATST on it. Bandai definitely knows what they're doing with plastic model kits. In case you were wondering, I have a stool over here I'm using as a secondary table. Keeps my parts out of view. I think I just got laughed at. All right, so just so I can see, let's set stuff, places. I miss you too, Sean. I miss you too. Okay, so I need C2. Here, you know what? We'll set. I've run out of space. Okay. So I need C230. That's C1 and C2. So, as usual, my handy side cutters. These are just a cheap pair that I mean to replace at some point. C2. Was it C220? It was C230 and C239, as well as A7 and 6. So I need 28, 29. I need this piece here. Let's see if I can cut these as cleanly as possible. Ooh, those have studs left over. I should. Your boyfriend, Steven. I told him I missed him. I miss my boyfriend too, as Jackie over my shoulder has called me out for. So I have one piece. I'll need two pieces from this runner, and then I'll have to dig for runner A. Ooh, that is super washed out. Now I remember why I don't use. Now I remember why I don't use overhead lighting if I can help it. What else was it? I needed 29. And the next thing I need to dig out is, so there is this piece. Ooh, that is really bad. Right. This is runner B, and this is runner A. Oh, that smells good. But I will finish the build before I eat because that's what I set out to do. Can you do me a favor? Can you swap the lights? Oh, that helps a lot, and I'm not so washed out anymore. Fixed lighting, yay! You know, I never start these knowing what I'm going to talk about, and then I just kind of ramble to myself the entire time. Which I guess really isn't that much different than normal.
I was about to say, he means that both in life and on stream.
I just got camera bombed. Six and seven. Ooh, okay. So orientation matters here. Good to know. So that was which one was this? 7, C29. So I'm going to take this piece here and this one here. What goes where? Oh, upside down. Okay. So this way. Interesting. Ah, okay. I think that will fit nicely there. And this one, this next one, I know where it goes and how it fits in. So I was worried for nothing. It is. It's like building with Lego, except it only goes together one way. And I only recently figured out, was yelled at by apparently the plural of Lego is Lego, which is weird. I've always called them Legos. And then you just slot on top. And I believe this is the underside of our walker. It would make sense to be the underside of the walker anyway. C25, 11. Okay. So I have C's 1 and 2 in front of me, and I need 25 off of this one, which is this piece here. Again, I have those studs. I want to be very careful I don't cut those off because then I can't attach what's supposed to attach to those studs. And okay, so you slot in like so. No, not like so. Like so. There we go. Was that out of frame? Is that in frame mostly? And still super washed out. I need to fix lighting for this at some point. But hey. C111. So runner C1, part 11, 10, 17. That's not logical. There it is. 11, 1, and 2. And see if I can actually get an interesting shot of trimming it out. 3. Still held in place with friction. That's annoying. So this slots in front like so. Ooh, I left some of that gate behind. Let's see if we can't fix that. And that is actually why we have our hobby knife. Which might need a new blade. Okay. So let's not set my bare hand down on a sharp blade. That would be bad. Okay, so I have added a top to our structure and a front or back. I'm assuming front because I have a feeling the main body of the walker will probably sit here and my legs will be here. Oh, wait, if that's the case, we'll figure it out. So C2 33, C1 4 and 5. So let's go ahead and cut out C1 4. And these are all going to be detail pieces currently. Because a lot of the detail is going to be in the molding for this particular build. I might go back and panel line it later. to give it to make some of the details pop out a little bit better. That was 4. So that's going here. Aha. So I've built other Star Wars models in the past. The others have been a lot smaller and taken me no more than half an hour to build. This one is probably is very very likely going to take longer. This is probably going to be somewhere between building a high grade and one of the master grades. The more I look at the amount of detail pieces, but the instructions aren't that long. The other question is, how much does talking to myself slow things down? Who knows? Okay. C233. So this is C1, C2, and 33. So this is definitely the back vents of the walker, or where the legs are anyway. Piece looks a little bit like that. And that probably didn't look like much over the camera. But that's what I have. Oh, so aha. So that will slot on like that and be pretty decent. I wish I could fix the exposure on this camera and fix that blown out issue. But I can't. So you'll have to bear with me. Still bugs me though. So D1, 8, and 9. D2, 8, and 9. I bet these are pretty much identical to each other. So this is D1 and 4, 9. I'm going to need 9. And I'm going to need 8. And 8 is impossibly tiny. Because Bandai really wants me to lose pieces. 9 and 8. Might actually need to mount these with the tweezers. Let's not drop that and say we didn't. Okay, so 8. And that sits up like so. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but crisis averted. I didn't drop it. And 9. So 9 will... So these are just tiny detail pieces. Oh, come on. You were supposed to slide in. So I don't know if this will come across. So this is what an unfinished side looks like. And these are the 2 pieces that I added here and here. Just right there. But, and I have to do that again for the other side using this other semi-identical runner. Okay, so D1 has some pieces, D2 does not. Good to know. We'll trim 8. And 9. There we go. So recently, and by recently I mean since like yesterday, I've gotten back into Animal Crossing because apparently they're doing Halloween stuff, which includes new outfits and such. And I don't know why I have so much fun with character creators, but I do. In fact, when I play MMOs, I have often been known to just create new characters just to get a chance to play with the character creator again. Because it's fun, and I don't know why. That is a complete piece, or a complete-ish piece. Um, I need, I need B. Ooh. Okay, so I need A and B. So I need this one, and I need this one. And we're actually going to attach our first hose, which may or may not be visible in the final build. A 30, 22, 6, 7, 30. So I'll see if I can't get a good shot of what these hoses look like. This is going to be a very tiny part, and it's going to be, I know for a fact, it's going to be very fiddly to attach. Let's turn my cutters around and see if that helps. And so this, just a little hose, the piece is actually flexible, and it will probably only attach in like one or two locations, or like one location. And it's up to the hose if whether or not it wants to cooperate with me. So this goes here. If this is my front, this top piece attaches where? Oh, attaches here. And the bottom piece attaches there. So that's, I don't know how well that's going to stay, or how annoying that's going to be for the rest of the build. Answer, very. Come on. I need you to slot into that. There we go. Ooh, maybe it won't be so annoying. Maybe you'll just stay seated, which would be really nice. I needed this for this piece. And this is what really creates that. I don't know. I might be the only one who I'm probably not the only one, but if you look at the back of an ATST walker and you look at its like where its legs are, it has two like hexagonal vents, and that's what this piece will create the image of. I needed something from C. What did I need from C? I need C1. That's 2. C1. 36. And that is a plate. I still kind of want to do a Lego build here on this stream. I think that would be fun. Lego's just so expensive. Like, what I paid for this model kit, a Lego kit's like, be one of the small ones like that. Just build a, yeah, at least the official Lego kits anyway. There were words there, I promise. Most of them were internal. I do that a lot. And Yeah. This is making sense now, I think. We will find out. C114. So this is C1. We'll put that there. It did say 14, right? Yes, it did say 14. And a... Okay, so it's just showing me where A30 attaches, and I can just attach this one. Right about... Let's see. Okay, so that one only goes over here. And... Okay, that is, I guess, as far as I am going to get that to seat. A29, so I get to do the hose trick again, but slightly more annoyingly this time. And I have another cable, almost. Sorry, I was probably loud hitting the mic like that. That was an accident. Okay, come on. Come on. All right, so that will seat there, and you will... That will... All right, fine. We'll come from the bottom. Oh, I missed one. Okay, I understand. All right, so I missed a hose. I missed a step. I missed a step. So that's what, 26? 1 and sorry about that. And 2. You will go. You plug in here, up way up front. And again, my hands are just super blown out, and I am so sorry about that. So all right. So the problem I'm dealing with right now is this bottom slot, slots 2 or 2 different hoses into it. Okay. Now let's see about that. All right, so I have some cabling or hydraulic hoses or that I'm trying desperately to not blow out too far. All right, C12 and 13. Okay, C1 And we're going to cut 10, 11, 12, which is this tiny piece here. And part of the sprue has broken off. That's fine, we don't need that. I just need the parts to be in somewhat working order when I cut them off. When I cut them free of their trays, or runners if you prefer, depending on stuff. So just in here? Okay. I would have thought it would have had a peg, but no. It just is a friction fit. Cool. I'm assuming that could be removed for a stand, probably. Now that I think about it. That makes sense. So what's my next move? 13. Which is another one of those shielding pieces. At least I'm assuming it's some sort of shielding or armor plating or... I don't know. I am not a Star Wars engineer. I can only make guesses. All right, so I think, and nope, I still have hoses to hook up. 27 and 28. Well, I guess part of me is glad that I am getting all of these out of the way early. Except for one, looks like. But these are definitely going to be the most fiddly bits to attach. 27. Ah. And it doesn't even attach properly. It just like slots in up here and then aims like straight downward. And is like, I guess kind of looks like it's going somewhere. um 28. This one slots in on both sides. These are the most frustrating things to attach. Anyone who disagrees can fight me. That's a dropped piece. That is dropped piece number 1. And unfortunately, it is tiny. So finding it again will take a miracle. But fortunately, I just found it. So let's try a different tack. All right, that is as... Actually, you know what? This is actually kind of why I have this tool. And this is just a standard spudger pulled from a iFixit ProTech kit, which is actually meant for working on phones. But the spudger and the tweezers are invaluable tools and stuff like this. That is that that finishes out our first major set of instructions. So I get to go to 2, and set number 2 is just short. Okay. D1, D1, D110, and D210. So we'll start with D210 because it's on top. And this is a very thin detail piece. Should probably show you guys how I'm doing so far. So, oh, okay. So this is kind of sits over whatever this is supposed to be. And we'll do D110. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And it looks like my next step will be working on one of the legs, which will be awesome. But first, so this is kind of, and it's blown out because, of course, it's a light color. So that's kind of where I can show you what I'm working on. And the infernal hydraulic hoses here and here. The second set unfortunately did not show up on screen very well. So section 3 is my right leg, and it looks like I start with pieces from runner A. 21 and 3. So A, you know what? Nah. Everything is in reach. I don't need to reorganize my workspace. A20. Snip. This is a flimsy piece, which happens. Snip. One of these gates isn't even attached. Okay, so that's 1. And what did I say? 1 and 3? 1 and 3. So we'll do 1. And it wants me to do these in a specific order. So, oh yeah. Have to cut all 3 gates, don't I? Otherwise, it won't come loose. 1 and 3. And I can visually tell the difference between these, so I have no qualms about, or I am not afraid of mixing these 2 pieces together and getting them backwards, which I have done on some of my Gundam models. And then it's frustrating to have to pull the parts, well, apart and fix it. Okay. So let's try and angle like that. Aha. Okay. B16 cents. All right, so we'll do this, and this will go here. That's a joint. It bends. I need something from runner B. The runners I don't have in front of me, of course, because that would be too easy now, wouldn't it? Feels like I spend half my life making things difficult on myself. But this is more of a minor inconvenience. Was that 16? Yes, that was 16. This is 17. And 17. So we'll set B aside for a minute and we'll take this, take 16. And how? Oh, I'm missing a piece. It wants me to put these two, and I need a 12 to do it. A 9, 10, 11, 12. This piece reminds me of a Schedule 40 pipe coupler. Because that is essentially what it will be doing. All right, so B 16 and okay. Oh. And then this will connect like so. Ladies and gentlemen, or just we have a leg joint. That looks molded. I am not going to cut that off. However, I am going to attach this. And I need D12 and 13. D1, 12, and 13 specifically. 12 and 13 is right next to it. Fortunately, these are larger. Dupe 12 and 13. And those go where? Thirteen goes like, aha. I see how things are lining up. Or not. All right, let's hold on. Okay, so you're definitely going here, and you're definitely attaching here. It would stand to reason the rest of these pegs should line up too. Unless I have this on the wrong side, which is entirely probable. I think I had that on the wrong side. Yes, that is exactly what happened. That also means the other side should go faster. Oh wait, that won't spin because it's got... Okay. So yes, now I need D6 and 7. That's 19, 16, 11, 14, 6, 1. So this will very likely take longer than an hour to build, but hey, um, it's kind of why I chose Friday evening. And if I end up being background for any of my viewers, that's fine too. I'm just enjoying building a model, and I get to share that with the 3 of you currently who are watching. How is this attaching? This goes here. Ah, not there. This goes here. Uh-huh. And that notch will limit its movement. And this one will slot into like that. So used to dealing with polycaps, I was worried I was missing something. And this looks like the bottom part of a foot, or the bottom part of the leg, and the foot will attach there. If I had to guess. Let's... Oh, okay. I was right. So let's do D16. Pick up the pace just a smidge. So 16. And 17. These are definitely my feet. Well, not my feet. They're entirely too small for that, but they are the walker's feet. And 18. I need 20 from runner B. You know what? I'll go ahead and cut out 18 because I have D in my hand. 18. That will come into play in a second. And B. 20. Haha. That was probably loud, and I apologize. Volume spike. That sounds like an anime attack. Probably a Digimon attack. What would that look like? And I can definitely hear Jackie watching SAO Abridged in the other room. Is that attaching like that? Yes, I guess it would be. And then... I'm sorry, you can't really see that, can you? So this is... I have a little... the little... if I remember my illustrated guide correctly, that is the... That is actually the blade, or a blade to cut through vegetation, like on Indoor. if I remember my obscure Star Wars. Uh, yes, I am a nerd, and you have no room to talk, Sean. What am I attaching this to? Okay. And then this just shoves up the bottom of the foot like so. And that is one leg. Well, not entirely. I have more to do, but that is the bottom portion of our leg. Yay. I have quite a bit more to do for this leg. But huh. Interesting. Okay. Let's start with D11. A tiny, tiny. Oh, I was complaining about the size of some other parts. This one is tiny. And it has undergates. That was really whiny. Let's see if I can't. And this is why this, dear children, is why we don't clamp down too hard. I don't know where that went. I hope. I hope that's not too important. In a second. Huh. Interesting. So I have others. Maybe I'll have spare, and maybe I'll find the other one here in a second. But that is probably my first official lost part on stream. That was a very, very tiny ring. But let's press on and see if we can't finish it without that. I'm hoping that it's not super important. I do have multiples of those, so maybe I have spares. But first, what do I need? I need B2, 4, and 9. 2, clip, clamp, and 3. So that's piece 2. I need 4. 1. 2. 3. And now I need, I need B9. So 5, 18, 9 is this little horseshoe kind of piece. 9. And I need A9 as well. So these are not detail pieces. These look like pieces I need to build joints. Did not need to cut that last gate, which is nice. All right, so B4. B4 what, you may ask? What? That's B2. I need B4. So, and this will go like, okay. And then that slots in like so. And then we'll do, take B2 and slide it over. And 3. This piece goes here, I think. So I'm going to cut off one of those spares and put it where it wants me to. That's a little bit off center. Interesting. That's where he slots in, though, and Bandai usually does pretty good with their stuff, so maybe it'll be fine. So I'm going to try a slightly different way of cutting this one off that deals with the undergates I was having an issue with. And we'll see about mounting this. Very carefully. So honestly, I don't think I need that unless it's just meant to serve as a backstop for some reason. Huh. We'll find out. Okay. Right. Oh, hey. Okay. Let's cut the last one out, and I'm going to put it here. Here. And then I need another kind of plug sort of a piece. There we go. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit quiet there and probably not that very entertaining to watch. This is just takes a lot of focus to do. There. Okay. Now wait. I was going to put one more piece in. And that was going to be okay. Anyway, oh, I'm missing a couple. Okay, B14 and D5. Also, while I'm at it, might as well cut this out because this will go on my ankle. So I'm doing things a little bit out of order right now because I skipped a step. But it's nothing I can't fix. We'll fix it in post. Oh wait, this is live. If you ever get the chance to work on a movie set, never say we'll fix it in post. Or just a video set in general. That is not a good phrase. B14 and D5. So D 1, 2, 5. All right, fine. So that's D5 and B 18, 15, 14. Now I get to this goes. What? Because it only goes on one way, right? That goes like that. And you will slot in like this. Now I have a little bit of detail on a joint. And we'll attach. Oh. Okay. So this goes like this. Uh-huh. This is making sense now. So that will slot. That will attach like that. And I need another piece to lock it in. Clip. Okay. And you. Ooh. So you'll go in like so. D1 4. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to use a different piece than what it wants me to use. Well, not necessarily than it wants me to use. It's a different piece, especially since this will be on display. Or, well, not really on display. It'll just be out on a shelf. Because if I went out to all this work to build it, why not show it off? And this piece slides in better anyway. Okay, I get the difference between these. So this one will let me pose the leg, or maybe. Let's find out. So theoretically, I can pose the leg with that one, and the other one will actually lock it in place, which might be what I want, especially since this part holds in a little bit better than the other one. I just don't get any movement out of that leg. Okay. Then we'll set this here. You know what? We'll set this somewhere I'll remember. Then we'll set it there. Okay. Next. B10, D11. So that's this piece. D11. B10. And what were those last two? A5 and 11. A5. And 11. There we go. A5, B10, B11. Okay. We'll attach like that. Not sure where they're going with this, but all right. And B19. Okay. Just slammed my knee against the counter. That wasn't fun. B19. And this goes here. In the background, you can see Jackie scowling at the camera because she can.
Not scowling, making silly face. Mwah.
Hi. And okay. Aha. So this attaches to here. Right. Cool. And B7 for our knee armor. Because I can't think of anything better to call it than knee armor. I feel like that is a fairly large design flaw in Walker design. Just the joint seems so vulnerable. Or did that go? That went the other way. I put that on upside down. Let's fix that. Knee armor. I guess that would be the knee, so that's kind of a thigh armor. It has an armor plate there. Okay. D2. Okay. But first, I need to finish steps 5. Okay. So B13 and A12. B12, 13, and A12. Okay. So I get to do another leg just like the first. Maybe this one will go faster now that I know what I'm doing. One, two, three. And A12. I just found more hoses. Yay. So looking forward to those. Note the sarcasm. Set this to the side, and we will. Right. This goes here, like so. And this piece snaps in behind it. Things that make sense. Oh yeah. Let's do a 24 and 2. Forgot about those. A 4. Of course it did. We'll fix that in a second. And 20. Had a little bit of the gate come for a ride. And we will see if I remember how they want me to attach this. I mean, I only have so much rotation on it anyway. Because this will block it. And then, once I've attached everything, should that be... Yes, it should. Okay. Then we'll take this and do that with it. Next step, 12 and 13. That's D2, 12 and 13. And these smaller runners are so much easier to deal with. Less floppy. Like going from 5.25-inch floppy disk to 3.5. Now we remember our lesson from last time, If the pegs don't line up, I'm doing it on the wrong side. Part of me kind of wants to find a Zoid model to build at some point, but they're not easy to find anymore. Like at all. Six and seven. 6. And 7. Helps if I put the right one through first. And in the right spot. Yeah, because many of them aren't in print anymore. And are considered super collectible, apparently. The Zoids, that is. All right. D16. Okay, so it's just building the foot again. So 16, 21, and 17. So we'll do these 3. 16. 18, since it's in my hand. And now I need B, and B will be 21. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Zoids were not Bandai, they were somebody else. Bandai's been making Gundam models since the 80s, apparently. And I think, well, I mean, this is a Bandai model kit, but I'm pretty sure they are the license holder for all of the Star Wars models from Disney currently, and have been for quite a few years. Could be wrong on that, though. And things are coming together, sort of. I mean, I still have the main part of the body, like the where the crew actually sits, which I think here they only have 2 crew members, but if I remember right, a fully crewed ATST is 3: a pilot, a gunner, and a commander. So the 2 they have in this kit would be pilot and gunner, specifically. I could be wrong, though. Let's do B3, B5, and A10. B3, 1, 2. That is an awkward angle for my wrist. 2, 5, and doctor, it hurts when I do this. Don't do that. Dad jokes. 8. Yeah, there's nothing else I need from this runner for this step. And A10, which is this one. And actually, the actual crew for an AT-AT isn't that much different. The biggest difference between the two crew sizes is that AT-AT will carry tons and tons and tons of people to drop on whatever unsuspecting rebel base might be in the way. And you slide together like so. Like so. Please slide together. Oh, I guess that is as far as they slide together. Cool. All right, and you go here. All right. Now I get to cut those stupid tiny rings out and detail pieces. All right, so we will slide you onto here. And the next one will go this is probably the most tedious part of a build I have ever done. You will go here. And I am coming up on the hour-and-a-half mark. And I have, after this, 4 more sections to do. This one cuts out here. And then we'll attach to the shin. Bandai. Why did you think this was a good idea? These are tiny, unnecessary bits of detail that only serve to be lost. There. Okay. Now I get to start attaching this one to this one. Right. Okay. That will attach like so. I have a B15 D25, so D5. Yep, I remember attaching this one on the other one. Two and three. And D2. Almost forgot. There's another bit of detail I'm adding on the ankle. I also think it kind of shores up one of the hinges too. And there's that. This goes here. And we will attach it to like that. And this goes here. And we'll slot in just like that. Now I get to build this other piece like I did on the other one. Not going to cut much with tweezers. Also, that got shifted. I didn't mean for it to. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Slide that there. Take you. Slide this in here. Lock that in. Okay. Take A5 and slot that in one way. Oops, that's A11. We'll just start with A5. 2, 3, and A5 will go like this. And then we get to do A11 and make that kind of crank kind of look. And I am quite convinced this is what attaches to the under chassis thing. That I think I'm making up parts now. And I need B11, which is this one. B11 will slide on like so. And like so many other pieces, it only goes on one way. Well, maybe I'll get this to go together. This one is fighting me more than the last one was. There we go. Now I have it. All right. B19 goes on that side. And 1, 2, 3. B19 went like this. That's backwards-ish. Okay, that is as... All right, cool. Now... Oh, okay. So... Now we get to attach our leg units. We'll go like so. And this one will go like this. And we'll... You know what? He has a stand. He's not standing up on his own currently, but he has a stand. And we have a pair of legs and a base to attach to. A 15 or 16? Oh, I combined those two. Right, because they're half pieces. Okay. And I need the other half. Two, three. All right. And these two slide together. This kind of looks like a weird shock absorber, I guess. And these slide on top. I will lay him over. The next is we have 8. So now we get to start building the cockpit. I need C19, 7, 8, 9. Uh, 9, 17. 17, which is the base of my cockpit. You go here like this. And I need my pilot and gunner. So these may also be painted in the future, but for now, we're just going to sit them in the cockpit. Like that. And I have one more to place. Given the fact that I have Chewbacca, he will be sticking out of the top of this by the time we're done. Because that's funny. At least I think it's funny. Such a great scene from from Jedi. It's probably my favorite Star Wars movie. I know a lot of people don't like it as much as the other bits of the trilogy. A lot of people really like Empire, and I am not among them. I prefer Return. C234 and C235. C2. C1, C2, 34, and 5. These will make up the rest of our cockpit interior, or part of it at least. $34 and 35. I am seeing a little bit of the end. So that will maybe behave enough to slide in like so. And this one will slide in next to it. Behave. So our cockpit begins to take shape just a little bit. Do do do. A8 and C27, C220s. C227. This is right next to me, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. C227, and that's B. Oh, hey, I forgot something. Let's correct that. And I'll only need B for 2 more parts. The very front of our cockpit and the front guns are the last two pieces on B. First, forgot about our knee armor for the left leg. There we go. He's happy and armored now. A 8, I think, was my next piece. Yes. And that goes here. Here. And we'll slide this down in here like so. And then this. Oh. Those don't need to be there. Okay. So that's that. I need C226 and B1. All right. C2, 22, 26. And clip, 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 or just fall out in this case. And he has undergates too, but his undergates won't be too bad to get to. Okay, trim all of this, all of these gates off. Okay, that is that. And you slotted in like so. So can't really tell, and it might not show up in the final build, but you have that little instrument panel, I guess is what one might call that. Oh, that's satisfying. I love it when my model kits slide together like this. Okay. That is a good chunk of... Oh, nope. I needed to... C10. I need the backing of this. And 10. Okay. There's still a lot of detail to be added to this before I can call myself done. However, we are coming up on the end. I see the light. Or maybe that's an oncoming train. That was dark. Just a little bit. Okay. And 7. Um, and you go there for a second. So I can attach this piece here. Okay, so we have some detail pieces on the back and on the front. You can still see our 2 little pilot gunner on the inside of that, which would no doubt be Imperial commanders. Come on. Thank you. Well, you know what? We'll do this and... Oh. All right, so... C8, 22, and 28. C8. C8, 22, and 28. So this is 22. We'll do this. And this. How does this... Ah, okay. That makes sense now. And then you'll go here. Like that. This will be our entry hatch, to which we will probably mount Chewbacca. A25 and C3. C3. Snip. Snip. Oh, that broke. Oh well. The part didn't break. The gate just kind of broke or was never attached, which makes my life easier. So this will go... There's like a little railing for, I guess, handholds. You know what I'd like to see done? I don't know if they will or are working on it. But there is a group of guys up in Canada. The channel's called Hacksmith, and they just build stuff from sci-fi and comics, and it's actually really cool. That is, if you're a nerd like me. But as Sean stated much earlier, I am a nerd. There is no denying that fact. And we'll attach this up here. along with 16, 15, 24, and 23. Okay, and I'm really glad I decided to stream this one. He's really satisfying when, as things go together. What? Ah, right. Helps if I line things back up. So I have just a few more detail pieces to add. I think maybe we'll find out. '24 and '23. And that was 24. Now I get to do 23. Something tells me the blasters and cannons are going to be fiddly. Which just won't do. Or be fun. I don't know. We'll find out. So, D2, 15, and 14 and 15. So, D1, 2. Right, I was going to cut this out just in case. Just in case I need it for something later. Okay. Feel like something fell out. 15. And 14. These will be the mount points for the secondary weapons, which will usually something like for ATST, I believe, is something like particle cannons and missile launchers. Okay, so this little flat spot needs to be at the top. No problem. And this lines up with it. Now I get to do that on the other side using this other runner. Which has a lot of my other blaster pieces and such on it. Yay. These look like mics, like the bases for mic stands. They might have started life that way on the original models. Oh, to be a fly on the wall as ILM was designing the original movie models. There. That's that. And now this goes here. And that goes there. Oh, guess what? It's my favorite thing. The hoses. 24, 31, 23. $31. These might be off camera or out of frame just a bit because I don't like these hoses. And they're frustrating. 24 and 23. 24. And that will go between here, here, and here. And 23. And you'll go between here and here. Okay, so that's that sorted. Okay, so now we get to attach some other bits. C1. And this will be what lets us mount Chewy inside because the hatch is open. And now I get to decide C 18 and 19 or 20 and 21. We'll do 20 and 21 because having closed blast shields on the eye ports is just not something you see in the movies. I'll cut the other two pieces out as spares, but I don't think I'll use them. One and two. One, two, and three. There's the little blast shields that you never really get a good look at in the movie. Two, three. This lets me get rid of another runner. All right. 10. B18. That'll be the last of B. So this is the tail end of this one. D1, 31, and 20. Okay. All right. That goes here. $31 and $32. That's where these two pieces go. And sorry, I'm not very talkative at the end of this. A little bit focused. Trying to figure out what goes where. And you go. Aha. So this is the main cannon assembly. Do. Oh. Cool. So that is the main cannon assembly. And what is this? D26. D26. Ah. Okay. So that goes there, and then this will slot up into the mouth, for lack of a better term. Ta-da! I have guns or blasters, turbo lasers. Are they turbo lasers at that size? Or are they still blasters? Oh, and I get to attach this to the feet now, which is just a simple matter of, hey, he stands. Let's frame down a little bit and you can see, oh, and that fixed. So I'm going to cut my face off just a smidge. However, that fixed a lot of my lighting problems. So we'll just deal with that. Then you can see me work. Oh. That's why I feel I was missing something. Okay. So this next set is 29 and 22. 29. 29. 22. And this particular kit is not symmetrical like a lot of them. That a lot of the bits are shown. I'll explain that in a second. But first, cool. All right. A21. That's the other piece I was looking at. Was on A that I couldn't identify what it was. A21. And from this side, okay. 21. Right. 1, 2, 3. There's the slot. Tw- 24. And this goes like so. Here. I need 23 and 32. 23 and 32. Okay. This is one side. Okay, first off. And you will slide in here. And this will slide on here. Or not, it will go on the other side. Now, D, what is this? 28, 30, 25, and 27. $30. And 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 27. And that will finish out this runner. Actually, this runner and this runner can go away now. All right, so 30 will be something like this. And we'll slide in like that. We'll make sure that aims up for the moment. That slides in like that. Actually, we'll do this. And then you there we go. Okay. So the walker itself is done. So that's what I mean. It's not necessarily symmetrical. Usually you'd see mirrored cannons like this on this side, but this appears to have a anti-personnel wanted to call it a grappling gun for a minute. That's not right. Gatling gun or Vulcan or chain gun. Some people call it a chain gun. That chain gun's not right, but because that is a single-barreled thing. But as we sit, I only have a couple more things I need to add to it. And mostly that's because I said I would. And so the walker is in the way just a smidge. But what I am doing is I am trimming Chewy out of his runner. And he will slide inside. And sit out of the top, just like he did in the movie with the captured ATST that was being piloted by Ewoks. There we go. You know what? Just for funsies and just to say I did. Oh, and this is something Bandai does super well. Are these translucent pieces? So these are, in this case, these are blaster bolts from the main guns. But they use them a lot for, or they use plastics like this a lot for Gundams for their beam sabers. And it is an excellent effect. At least I think it's an excellent effect. I could be among the minority. And I will. So these just slot into. Come on. Behave. They'll just slot into the cannons like so. Ta-da! So now, of course, they're bent and unwieldy, but yeah. There is a completed ATSD build. This went a lot longer than I meant for it to. I'm not sure what the next build will be. I'm thinking of doing something like a real grade Zeta Gundam or something like that. But I will let people know when it becomes relevant. Until then, see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. The few of you that did. For for those of you that aren't seeing this live, that was a stream. This is what I do occasionally. It's been probably about 2 months since I did the last one. It was something I was trying to do semi-weekly, if not every other week. And I might get back in the swing of that because this is kind of fun. Anyway, I will see you guys on the next build. Thank you for tuning in. And in stream.